Hey guys, welcome to CloudRaga. So we were just doing some constructor injection in previous videos. So now we know how to manage with like once we have multiple fields, so how to manage them. And for that, what we did, we have created this constructor arc two times. First one is here, and second one is here. So this is actually passing the fields. So if I have to actually explain this, what's happening here, I can write this here. And from the code I can take these things from here and goes here on the paint. Let's move left side. Okay, so we have this constructor arc there. So what's happening around, once we call constructor arc with pony, so by default Spring container recognize, okay, what's the type? So we have string inside this, though we are passing it, but what's the type here? The content type is string. So by default it knows that we are talking about this string type. Okay, what about the next one? When we are passing int, so though it's wrapped into double quotes, but it's an integer value, and Spring container is again smart enough, so it picks the type and takes here and assign it to age. So once we are passing these two things, that means we are trying to initialize our objects. So first line which takes value in a string, it initializes the first argument, and second arg which is in a sequence, next one goes in int. But again, this is not recommended way, because either way we are not specifying where goes what. So for that we can do one thing. Before giving value we can give types, right? We can give the types, like type, this is a string type, so give it string. And next is int type, so give the type and say int. So here we are telling it at least specifically that whatever we are giving, it has a specific type, so give it accordingly. The first one is string and this is int type, so at least Spring container won't spend much processing on it and it knows by default. So at least the argument, the argument or the output won't get changed, but we are explicitly telling the type of arguments here. First is string, second one is int. And if I run this code, there should be no impact, we should get the same. Okay, sorry, my bad, I have given small string, it's a class, so small, capital S, string class, and int is a primitive. Okay, let's rerun this code again. Right click, run as application. Yeah, we're getting same output. So that's one way of giving the types, but this is not the only way. We have one more way. Let's copy comment. We can also give indexes. Yep, let's say I don't want to give type, or let's have the type, we can also give indexes, like index first goes or 0, and second index of that constructor takes index goes 1. So here we are telling the first argument is of string type whose index is 0, and second is of int type whose index is 1. It starts with 0, so don't give 1, it starts with 0. Okay, so things are done. Let's change the value to see whether it's working or not. So let's say pony11 and let's say age is 20. So values are changed, so we should get some updated value here. So right click, run as application. Yep, it's well working. So that's how it works, the constructor injection. So either you can go for the default way like we did earlier, but if you want you can have types. But again, if you really want to go into constructor injection, make sure giving the type plus index. So that makes 100% and gives you guarantee that the only field which gets initialized, which whose index is 0 and type is string. So it checks this whole thing together and then initialize the first argument and then later the second argument. So that's all for the constructor injection. In next video we'll talk about setter injection. So thanks for stay tuning guys. Let's meet in next video. Bye bye.